Hey everyone, Random Randy here. This is Vlogmas Day 9. Shortly before you see this one, you will be seeing the Vlogmas for Day 8. And there's a very good reason for that. Some of you probably saw last night that I had very briefly uploaded the 8th video. Well, it turns out that one of the royalty-free music tracks that I used that I paid for through a service called Audio Blocks, which is supposed to include commercial licensing, paid a yearly fee for all of that stuff all wrapped up in a bow. Turns out that that music apparently is not available for commercial use all of a sudden, even though I've paid for it with an extended license, which is a big old steaming pile of garbage, to put it nicely, since apparently something that I'm saying is causing YouTube to demonetize every one of my Yarn Talk videos briefly. So even though I know I haven't been swearing, apparently I'm going to have to be even more PC somehow. Oops, that's kind of difficult for me in the first place. PC isn't really how I roll. So anyway, while I'm talking to you right now, I'm actually re-encoding the video for the 8th. So that will be going up shortly. It says it's got about 9 minutes, then I have to plug in all the information and upload it to YouTube on top of that, so in about another half hour everything should be ready to rock and roll. You guys will be able to watch that while I get all of this nonsense edited. So, like I said, it is the 9th, it is Saturday. Adam actually took the kids out. He's gonna go take them for lunch and they're gonna go for a hike. It's kind of chilly today, but the sun's actually out, so I have natural lighting coming through the window. I actually don't have my umbrella light on right now. It's the first time I've been able to do that in quite some time. So I am trying to take care of this stupid nonsense on the computer. So you will notice that the music in the background for episode 8 is going to be kind of a mismatched hodgepodge of various things that I've made. As I mentioned before, I use the music program Magic's Music Maker to make my own background tracks so that I don't have to deal with this junk. Man, I want to use a swear word so bad right now. But so I don't have to deal with this junk with YouTube trying to say that the tracks that I've paid for are in fact not paid for and some other Joe is gonna get money off of my content. Don't think so, Jack. Anyhow, so I actually made quite an extended sized track last night, but I had told Adam that I was only going to be about 20 minutes because that's how long it would have taken initially to get the video up and everything, and then as soon as I uploaded it, it's like, this isn't even limited advertising, F your life, this is completely demonetized, somebody else is going to get money for the views on this because they have copyrighted content in your video. So I took it right back down. So if any of you noticed on Facebook, because I know a few of you are on my personal Facebook, that the video came down, that's why. I'm not going to have somebody else making money off of the content that I bust my butt to produce. Doesn't really make sense. So, and rather than using the tracks that most other people use that are on YouTube, which there's absolutely nothing wrong with that if you don't have the means to make it yourself, but I do have the means to make it myself, and I don't want to have the exact same background soundtrack that everybody else in the known universe, especially people who make crafting videos, uses. If you notice, most tutorials and craft vlogs that use music, there are a few tracks that you will notice in the intros or outros to a very large majority of them. And like I said, there's nothing wrong with that, but my thing is sticking out like a sore thumb, so I have to be different. Hence me wearing a Cthulhu t-shirt. Yeah, that's Cthulhu looking like the Kool-Aid man, because why not? So I'm pretty much just gonna sit here and chitty chat a little bit while I'm working, waiting for the computer to do its thing, and I'm working on putting the edging on another blanket. I started this one last night. I almost got 2 whole rounds done in about a little over 2 hours. So this is the pattern for this particular chunk of fleece. And I've got some Red Heart Super Saver purple tones. And this is just a Hirschner's light gray. So I'm going to be finishing this round of gray, doing another one, and then doing probably an open shell stitch in the rest of the purple. I should have enough to go all the way around for that. There's a little more than half a skein, it should be plenty. But doing the edgings on these blankets is fairly quick. It uses up a decent amount of yarn, but it doesn't use up a ton. And I am trying to not get rid of my stash, but I'm trying to diminish a lot of it so that maybe I can try some new types of yarn, because I have so much right now that I really can't justify buying more, even though I really want to. Got all this. There's this whole shelf behind me. You guys have seen it. There's bins under the table that this camera and my computer are sitting on. I just yarn everywhere, and I don't really even want to use some of it. So that means that I have to assess if I can find a way to use the ones that I have no intention of using, or if I'm going to just start giving them away to people because I'm over it. So I'm enjoying the quiet in the house. I actually got to sleep in this morning, which is nice, because Mother Nature is kicking my butt this week, on top of me still trying to fight off the last of this cold. So it's a double whammy, and I'm sure most of you can figure out what I'm talking about without me having to go into great detail. But yeah, no fun. But here I am, drinking my coffee, talking to the camera and all of you people behind it. So, I have been watching everybody else's Vlogmas videos. I think I'm almost caught up. There are a few people that I haven't gotten to finish watching theirs yet. But hopefully, once I get this all done, I will be able to do that. And so, in wanting to wrap up my rant from earlier, now that I've got it out of my system, even though were I speaking to someone candidly in person, there would have been a lot of swearing involved. As I've warned a few people who have recently found me on my personal Facebook, which I'm totally cool with, by the way, I am a casual swearer. It is just part of my lexicon. I believe that words are words, and I see nothing wrong with using them in the proper context at the proper time. Now, for the most part, obviously, don't say bad words around little kids and old people. But beyond that, it's just kind of open and out there, and it's not really a big deal to me. It's never really been a big deal to me. And obviously when you're at work, because, you know, generally polite society, quote unquote, frowns upon that, which I think is kind of ridiculous. But whatever. I was raised in a house where casual swearing was pretty common, even though my dad occasionally still gasps in astonishment at the words that fall out of my mouth, because, you know, I might not be a little girl anymore, but I will always be his little girl. I'm pretty sure I learned most of the swear words from my mother, and being a mother now myself, I can understand why. Like I said, it's totally not a bad thing. No, I was not abused or neglected as a child. I actually miss my parents a lot right now. This time of year is always crappy, being away from home. I grew up in a small town, and when I did finally move out of my parents' house, I lived in a slightly larger town that was only about a 15-20 minute drive away. So, coming home for holidays was no big deal unless I was working on one of them, and then we'd just do a time-shifted holiday on whenever the next day was that we had off. Everybody was off from work. But not being near family this time of year it's been getting me down. I'm glad that I didn't have to film the other day. The day that I was planning to post Yarn Talk, And then I ended up posting it yesterday because the day before I spent pretty much the whole day just sobbing. It was just a combination of hormones and the time of year and seeing all of the sappy, crappy, happy, Hallmark, holiday nonsense everywhere. Wasn't doing good things for me. Speaking of, I don't understand. This is going to be a totally random, ranting, rambly vlog, by the way, so I hope you all don't mind just listening to me talk, stream of consciousness and all that. I don't understand how some people enjoy crying. I think it's absolutely ridiculous. And back. Adam popped in to grab the leash and harness and take Renegade with them for their walk. She doesn't get to go on big extended walks very much anymore. Plus we have a fenced in backyard, so she pretty much just gets to run around naked back there. So anyway, I was talking about how personally, as a person, I don't feel better when I cry. I usually get more frustrated and angry at myself for crying. I think I might have mentioned it in my mental health awareness video that I did. But crying to me is a lack of control. There is no such thing as a good cry. Your face looks horrible. If you're wearing makeup, it gets all over the place. You make these god-awful noises when you're crying. You just get like snot dripping down your face. It's hard to breathe. You make that horrible blubbering noise. But people who say, oh, go have a good cry, that doesn't work for me. It's never worked for me. It's never going to work for me. If it works for you, that's fantastic. I am very firmly a believer in do what works for you as long as it's not hurting yourself or somebody else. Have fun with it. So now that is finally done encoding. So now, and I was smart, I copied everything that I wrote down in the description box. All I have to do is paste it into the new one. Take that, YouTube. Trying to mess me up like that. Horrible. So horrible. Oh. Oh, and for anybody else who is a content creator, somebody who has a YouTube channel, if you are having the issue of getting your videos constantly with the little yellow $, meaning that they have limited advertisement, the thing I've found that will get it resolved the quickest so you're getting more views is to go through your video manager tab and look at your videos and organize them by most viewed, and take your 5 or 6 highest viewed videos, and on your end screen where you put in your suggested videos, put in whichever video has the yellow $, so that if somebody has their videos on autoplay like I usually do, then when they're done watching that, if they don't automatically change it, it's going to switch over to your video that has the yellow $, and that's going to boost the view count for it, which is going to make YouTube go, oh, maybe people aren't terrified of whatever this content is that we are pretending is against our guidelines. So that's a little trick that helps me. I take my 5 highest viewed videos and just change out one of the end videos with whatever the demonetized one is. Something that might help a lot of you out, especially if you're like me and you don't have a ton of views on most of your stuff anyway, because it always says that you need 1,000 views on a video in a 7-day time span. That's not completely true, because none of my videos that have gotten the yellow $sign of doom have 1,000 views even now. But I think that you have to get a certain amount within a few days for them to realize, oh, if they continue getting views at this current rate, then by the time it reaches 7 days, they could potentially be at 1,000. It's annoying. I'll have it happen to, like, it seems every 3rd daily vlog, and the last 3 or 4 episodes of Yarn Talk it's happened to on the 2nd day. So I don't know if maybe somebody doesn't like me and is trying to report my content, or what it is. I have no idea. It's horrible and I hate it and it's annoying, but you can overcome it. It just takes a day or two to get it set right again, because honestly, my ad revenue is very minimal at this point. I am drawing in, I think, somewhere between $32 and $40 a month at slightly over 500 subscribers. So it's not a huge money bank. It's not like pouring out money at me, but 30-40 bucks when you're a stay-at-home parent, that's extra money. It's a good thing. So anyway, just getting the last of this nonsense all put together, all the fun SEO, search engine optimization nonsense. Trying to think of what to put so that people will find me in search is always interesting. But it seems like I'm getting a few new subscribers fairly consistently, so I don't see me having 5K subscribers in the next month or anything, but working towards it. We'll get there eventually, hopefully. I should be getting to comment or reply to comments after I'm done getting this one up too. It is a little bit after 1 o'clock now. I just went and stirred all the stuff in the crock pot so that everything will get heated up evenly. Have a beef pot roast going, because it's the weekend and I don't feel like doing a ton of dishes. And I know the kids probably won't eat it, but they'll likely eat the potatoes and the veggies in it. So even if they don't eat the meat, that's fine. And I just finally got the Vlogmas for the 8th uploaded now that it's the 9th. Quit messing with me, YouTube. Not like it really matters. They're a giant corporate entity. My teeny tiny little voice means nothing. Let's be perfectly honest. And I know that it means nothing to them. So I am just about done with this, so I'm just gonna chat for another minute with you all until I get this last portion of the row done, and then I'm gonna get this edited, and this should go up sometime later this afternoon. And I have more laundry to fold. Oh my lord, it just never stops. I'll spend all of this time getting laundry folded, and then next thing you know, surprise, there's 3 more baskets of it. Because my boys like to play outside and they go through wardrobe changes like it's the Grammys. Which is ridiculous. Hopefully this won't end up being too terribly long. I think it'll probably be about 20-ish minutes. So I hope you guys don't mind, but it's been a while since I did just a chatty video. And I thought it would be a good opportunity for all of us to just kind of hang out and pretend that we're at an actual yarn circle together. Since I know that in reality there are very few people near me who I could actually do that with. Hopefully we'll get to hang out sometime. Even though I know this time of year is hyper not ideal because everybody in the universe is sick. Like I said, Washington, once the rainy season hits, it's all over. Everybody's got the plague, and if you finally get over one version of the plague and go hang out with somebody who lives in a slightly different location, they have a different version of the plague, and now you're gonna catch that instead. So there's just no win. And there are really loud kids that don't sound like mine somewhere near here. So I got a window here, have a window here, but this is one of those short windows that only goes from about chest height up. And that one over there is the larger window. You've seen what the craft room looks like before, especially if you've seen my craft room organization video, which, by the way, I have a second one of those that I filmed from when I got everything in my closet put together and all sorted. I really should take the pieces of that and get it all spliced together so that everybody can see what it takes to get a room that's totally not organized. It's funny because my craft room isn't really very organized anymore. I mean, I try to go through once a week and take all the junk that's accumulated on my little work table here and get it sorted and put back where it goes, but I have a stack of patterns and pattern books on my sewing table over there that are taking up a whole corner of it. I have a stack of kid drawings from this year that I will be... the good kid drawings that aren't just random scribbles, but that actually look like things that the boys have drawn. I'm going to be splitting that up so we can send that with Christmas presents to all their grandparents, so they have some fridge art, because my boys go through so much paper when they're drawing that it is ridiculous. So I guess that's really pretty much it for today as far as chitty chatty stuff goes. Hopefully I'll be able to get this blanket done today, finish up the washcloth that I started. I got an order last night for... did I do 2 or 3 in the other corner? Now I have to check. Did 3, okay. But I got an order last night for the little green octopus that I did that had the red eyes, so I'm going to be getting that packaged up to get that in the mail Monday. I was hoping to do it today, but I don't have the energy today, and it doesn't technically have to be out for a week. I try to get them out as quickly as possible. You know, it's that whole under promise, over deliver thing that you hope and pray will lead to more reviews, but never really does. But I keep doing it anyway because eventually good customer service will lead to some people leaving reviews. And I know a few people who watch have ordered things from me. Thank you. You are awesome. Thank you also for leaving me reviews. That is awesome. But now that I am done with this and the other video is uploaded, I'm gonna hop off here, take a break from this now that I have the whole second row done. I did this second row with the single crochet, double crochet, single crochet, double crochet, and I'm gonna turn it and go back around in the opposite direction with the opposite, so it's gonna have that cool texture that I talked about in the hat that I did the other day, but it was black so you couldn't really see it. You'll be able to see it better with the gray. So that is that taken care of for now. I'm gonna get this all edited and have it go up later. So I hope that you are all having a decent Saturday, or whatever day it is when you end up watching this. I hope it's a good one, because hopefully wishing for good things for other people will draw more positive things in for me too. Because when the sun doesn't shine very much, I know that I am definitely, by and large, in a more downbeat mood and need a lot more positivity, but sometimes it's really, really hard to come by. So, like I said, hope you're all having an awesome weekend. Hope you're doing something that you enjoy, and if not, I hope you're making lots of money doing whatever you're doing to make up for the fact that you're hating it. And I will catch all of you guys again tomorrow for another Vlogmas, and then it'll be Monday again. So everybody buckle up, alright? I will catch you guys next time. Bye.